Happy Spider-Man release day, Bucket Brigade. It's Josh. What's poppin'? Today we're reviewing this thing, the Spider-Man web shooter from Brand New Day. But this thing is too big for me to see my camera, so let me get it off my tray. There's a lot going on there. It can hold both your drink and your popcorn in one device. But the question is it worth the hype? So without further ado, let's get to the lab. Let's start with practicality. Technically speaking, this combo comes in three pieces. You have the web bowl, the upper hand that supports the bowl, and the wrist portion that is the actual cup. The main adjective I think of when I see this thing is weird. It's just weird all the way around. It can probably hold a small to medium popcorn and a small or child-sized drink. But the construction is set up in a way that the popcorn is directly above the drink container, and in the middle of the popcorn bowl, there's a pass-through for the included straw. There's a couple of problems with this design. One is the cup itself. In order to keep it proportional, they had to make it roughly the size of a man's wrist. Well, I don't know about you guys, but no theater in my area sells a drink small enough to fit inside this cup without overflowing. And that's especially important because, ergonomically speaking, you're going to want more refills on your drink than you are on your popcorn, most likely. And so to have to disassemble this thing mid-movie just means you're going to waste a lot of time to try and refill it and use it the way it was intended. The other problem is very much the worst case scenario for a designer like me. Because the pass-through for the straw is wider than the straw itself, you need to be careful when putting butter on your popcorn. This thing has a very obvious order of operations. They want you to fill the drink up first and then put the popcorn in it. But the problem with that is if you put butter on the popcorn, the butter could very easily go directly from the spout down the pass-through, and you'd end up with butter-flavored Coke or Sprite or whatever you're drinking. Yuck. Apart from practicality, though, the value here is also a little bit lower than it appears. In my area, Marcus was selling this for $50, and Imagine had it for $45. But at that price point, I would have liked to see a bit higher quality. For example, similar to the Odyssey IMAX camera bucket, the web cone has very visible attachment points that ruin the top-down view. Also, my assistant was disappointed that this particular combo doesn't display well without the web bowl because of the notches they had to cut in Spidey's fingers to make everything fit together nicely. I'm fairly sure they did this to make the bucket detachable from the hand to make it easier to clean, but again here there's a slight fail. If you're using both the bucket and the cup, you're going to have to clean the whole thing. So why not just have everything in one single piece and eliminate those tacky attachment points? I understand that the reason is probably because it was easier to print two colors of plastic separately, but I still would have liked to see more quality for the price. Additionally, I think the web shooter itself is a missed opportunity. It would have been cool if it had transparent tubes instead of these red fluid tubes to show how much drink you have left. But that's probably asking too much from Golden Wing. With all that in mind, let's get to X Factor. I'm definitely suffering from Marvel superhero fatigue, so it was a long shot that I was going to really like this one, but I do like Spider-Man. However, now that I have my hands on the web shooter combo, I have more questions than answers. Like, what was Golden Wing thinking having the pass-through be so wide that even with the included straw, you run the risk of contaminating your drink with an errant spray of butter? And also, for the price, why is this thing not way cooler? The details on the web shooter are not even dollar store knockoff Spider-Man good. It's just a rectangular lump of plastic with weird red veins that I think are supposed to be tubes of fluid. I don't know what's going on there either. But unfortunately, we did just see one of the most iconic buckets ever produced in the Trojan Horse bucket, and that was only $10 more from the same theater. So I think if you're going to charge $50 for a bucket, that automatically puts you in premium territory, and this thing is just not premium. Yeah, guys, what can I say? Big disappointment on this one. That said, if you like it, more power to you. But all I can say is the Spider-Man web shooter combo has got good bones. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Like and subscribe if you want to support the channel, and tell me below who your favorite Spider-Man or Spider-Person is. This is Josh saying, have a great weekend and enjoy the movies.